Hello everyone and welcome to episode 31 of the Nerd Room, where we talk all things comics and movies. I'm one of your hosts, Sunjay.
I'm Troy.
So Troy, Tim is off gallivanting across the universe and he doesn't have time for us anymore, so he's not here with us this week. But instead we have a special guest host. I'll let you introduce him.
That's right, we have the man, the legend himself, Wayne. Wayne Allen's here to join us. You might know him on Twitter as 0x. This guy got me to comics big time. You know, he knows his stuff from anime to comics, movies, he has it all. So, Wayne, introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Wayne. I've been into comic books for a very long time, since I was, 9 or 10 years old.
Nice.
First got into Dragon Ball, like a lot of kids at that age.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
And then just the whole snowballed into anime and
drawing even too.
Drawing and Japanese animation, and then that bled over into the comic books, and then it just literally snowballed from there.
Sure.
I've been mainly focusing on the big story arcs.
Yeah.
Whatever Marvel is doing at the time. Over the years, I've kind of slowed down because it's just so much to collect. Because I have a pretty big collection over the years, but mainly I just love comic books, love nerd culture. I think it's great right now. We're kind of in a renaissance when we have the Netflix shows and all these TV shows and all these movies.
Yeah,
and
the cosplay.
Exactly, that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so would you say then you read mostly Marvel, you read mostly DC, mostly Image?
I used to read Image a lot back in the day, mainly around Rob Liefeld, Jim Lee era. And then when Image started kind of to go downhill, I kind of switched over to Marvel because that's where a lot of my base was. But now, as of late, since we're getting so many DC properties in media, TV shows, and movies, I started to pick up more of the DC stuff. Catching up on the Crisis of Infinite Earth storyline and everything and how it affected that, and then the Flashpoint storyline as well. But it's kind of like DC, make up your mind. You constantly resetting the universe.
Yeah.
Kind of hard for me to keep up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're going to get into that too because we got that going on with Marvel.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
Stay tuned for that talk. Yeah.
So this week, Troy, how was your week in nerding?
Oh my goodness, this is crazy. With Star Wars Celebration going down, we got some huge trailers. A lot of stuff has happened this week.
Yeah. I finally made it out to X-Men Apocalypse, and I must say I did not agree with your guys' review.
Yeah, did you see? Because I didn't like that movie, so I know Elliot loved that movie, and I didn't like that movie. So were you on the Elliot side or my side?
Definitely more on the Elliot side.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Nice.
On Twitter I said it was the second best X-Men. I'm going to recant and say it's the third best. Not as good as Days of Future Past or X2, but it was a lot of fun, enjoyable, great action, definitely rewatchable. Wayne, have you seen this one?
Yes, I have, and I'm siding more along with Troy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The CG for that movie is unacceptable in 2016.
For sure,
I definitely noticed, especially the opening scene in Egypt.
Oh, yeah, that took me out of the film right away.
Yeah. It definitely has its warts, but I'm willing to look past it. All right, so let's get started, shall we?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so the weekly box office, a bit of a shocker. Opening up at number 1, or actually second week at number 1, is The Secret Life of Pets. And then everyone's favorite movie to talk about on the internet, Ghostbusters, opens up at number 2. Mm-hmm. What are your guys' thoughts of this? Have you seen it yet, or have you seen any of these movies yet?
I haven't made it out to see either of them yet,
okay.
Actually. I'm actually looking forward to Ghostbusters because I'm hearing a good, positive vibe. I heard it's actually a really funny movie.
Yeah.
And I heard it's a good setup for the next one going on forward. I believe, was it Sony that did this movie?
Yeah.
I think one of the Sony executives actually tweeted today saying that we're definitely doing a sequel.
Nice.
So that's great. But no, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, same here. I really like Paul Feig and Kristen Wiig and Melissa McCartney. Their movie Bridesmaids, to me, is top 5 funniest movies of all time.
It's awesome. Yep.
Love that movie. Unfortunately, I haven't seen Ghostbusters yet, but I'm looking forward to it. Put up at number 1. Wayne, have you seen these movies yet?
No, I haven't. I want to see it, but I kind of have tapered off, and I think partly is because of all the talk on the internet, all the negative press it's been getting. Mm-hmm. I also read a couple weeks prior before the movie came out that Sony's interested in creating a Ghostbusters cinematic universe.
That's what I heard too.
So I'm really interested to see where they can go, if they're going to have an off Ghostbusters sequel for the movie,
okay.
and how that would work.
Right.
Yeah.
Because the original Ghostbusters, the living ones anyway, there's cameos in the movie. And if they're going to give cameos to the original ones, how are they going to extend the universe beyond it without having the four main Ghostbusters characters?
Yeah.
That kind of worries me because Sony's kind of a little universe building trigger happy. They want to do it with the 21 Jump Street, Men in Black. They want to do it with Spider-Man.
Oh, God.
And now here we are with Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Right? Like, what's next?
Yeah.
So I hope they kind of pump the brakes on that a little bit.
What do you guys make of all the controversy? I mean, it's kind of quite contrived. I think it's kind of silly. Just because they're women doesn't mean they can't make a funny movie.
Yeah.
I think it has more to do with the fact that they're rebooting such a beloved property. Like if they rebooted, I think what's that one where they go back in time?
Oh, Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. Yeah. If they rebooted that,
Tim's gonna raise his fist.
Yeah, sorry, Tim. I think if they rebooted that, then people would be upset. But it's unacceptable. Some of the stuff I've been hearing that these poor women have endured just because they wanted to make a funny movie. It's unacceptable, guys. Knock it off. Yeah. At least see the movie before you make a judgment. I mean, I saw Fantastic Four in theaters, and it was horrible, but at least I saw it.
Yeah.
So that's my 10-second rant out there. See the movie. Leave these girls alone. Yep. They're all funny. I think all four of them are hilarious.
Definitely.
My cousin Baron saw it. He really loved it, so I'm in.
Nice.
Should we move on to some more positive news?
Yeah, keeping it with some figures, some numbers, right?
Yeah, so initially when I sent this out, the outline to you, Troy, the website that I frequent is Pro Box Office.
Okay.
And they had pegged Suicide Squad to open at 98 million and then finish with a total of 275 million. But those numbers have now been updated.
Okay.
But the new estimate has it opening at 119 million for a total of 340 in North America. What are your guys' thoughts? Is that too high, too low? Do you think it's going to do that, or what?
So domestically, they have it opening at
119 million domestically.
Yeah, that's huge. That's jumping the gun a little bit there because I mean, look at Batman v Superman. What did that do? 100 and
I think 160 opening.
160, and those are the three most iconic superheroes apart from Spider-Man, right?
Yeah.
And that movie struggled. This, you have Harley Quinn and Joker riding for you. I don't see them making that number. The projected number before, the 98, sounds a little more comfortable in my opinion. Anything more than that, I think, is a little outrageous.
Yeah, I think they're banking on positive word of mouth. I mean, the people have seen this online. It has been shown, and they seem to really like it.
Nice.
Hopefully it's good. Wayne, what are your thoughts?
I think that the 119 million is a little high.
Yeah.
Is a little high considering that this is the first and hopefully a series of Suicide Squad movies.
Yeah.
So I think maybe the 9800 is a very good estimate.
Yeah.
And I think if it's going to hit the 340 million for North America, it's going to be based off of word of mouth. It's going to be repeat showings. If they nail the humor and the action, it's a little bit more upbeat than the Depression Fest that was BVS.
Yeah.
Then, it should do well because I find myself laughing at the trailers.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's not a comedy, which is great.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of when Joss Whedon first released a trailer for the first Avengers movie.
Wow.
There was a lot of jokes that people didn't that weren't supposed to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
And look how big that movie did.
That's true.
For sure. And it's all organic too. It wasn't forced comedy or humor, right?
Yeah.
It's such an ensemble in this movie.
So I think that if it does nail the humor, nail the action right, and doesn't go overboard with trying to make this story something else other than what they're advertising, I think it's going to do really, really well. I think it may even be like top 3 of the year.
Wow.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree. I think, with opening at 119 million, I think that might be even a little too low. I'm going to take the opposite side of this argument.
Nice.
Okay, because I'm the big DC fanboy here, so people are probably saying like, oh, okay, here we go again, Sunjay. But no, let me hear you out. Okay, this movie is killing it. The marketing has been fantastic. You see all the posters, all the T-shirts that kids are wearing these days. The social media of this is through the roof. I think they said it's the best tracking movie in social media wise all year, even beating like Star Wars and Ghostbusters, and it's still 3 weeks out. I think that a lot of people really want this to do well, and I believe in David Ayer. He did Fury. He wrote the script for Training Day. He also did End of Watch. The dude can direct. He's a great director.
For sure. And going off Fury, he's great with handling a bunch of characters at once, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, this could be pretty good.
Yeah.
So one last point before we move on. Did you guys read about them showing the Batman going after the criminals like that point of view.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the criminals are actually terrified. So
Yeah.
you get that point of view of the criminals looking at the Batman like, this guy's crazy.
That
right?
Yeah.
that definitely sold me when I read
Yes.
that. I'm like, I'm interested in
Yes.
that.
Yeah,
I love that.
absolutely.
That's really cool. Did you guys catch the TV spot too that they just dropped as well?
Yeah,
The last final trailer, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was awesome. Just to put some perspective on these numbers, so if it does hit 119 million opening weekend, it will already become the highest grossing DC Comics movie to not include Batman or Superman in the movie. Batman has a small cameo, but it's not based around him.
Right.
So it would already become, like, I think number 10 all time in DC comic book movie history. Beating out, I mean, there's not a lot to choose from that don't include Batman and Superman in DC. Catwoman, Watchmen, V for Vendetta.
Hey.
So it just shows how important this movie is for the DC universe. I think it's the most important movie of the year because it's more important than Batman vs. Superman because, okay, Batman and Superman, you know that's going to do well, and critics didn't like it, a lot of fans didn't like it. If this movie, you know, bucks that trend and leaves a good taste in viewers' mouths, then they're going to want to come back for Wonder Woman and Justice League, and then the DCU is back on track. But if this movie bombs, DCU is in major trouble.
For
like,
sure.
a lot is riding on this movie.
Definitely, especially when there was already talks of a Harley Quinn movie standalone film, right? So
Yeah.
there is a lot riding on this.
Speaking of Wonder Woman and the next movie that comes out in the DC Cinematic Universe, we got our first official synopsis, some set photos,
That's
some talking with the director. Did you guys catch any of this?
I did. I saw the set photos, and I did check up on the synopsis, and I like the news of Jeff Johns.
Yeah.
You know, writing for this now. So I'm excited, but I've always been excited for this movie. She was actually one of my favorite parts of BVS apart from Batman.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited. The set photos, though, I don't really like. We have the iconic Wonder Woman, you know, crossing her arms,
Yeah,
the shield and
yeah.
pose, and it looks so cosplay. It looks so like model touched up. Like it's,
Yeah.
you know, it's not very good.
Yeah.
But we have another photo on the left hand where she's drawing her sword and she has the shield out. That seems a little cool, a little more dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
Her armor looks a little too colorful too. I guess it's new armor because it takes place before BVS, so I guess that's why it's so polished. I'm missing some grit. A little bit of darkness to these photos, I guess. So
Well, they tried that with Batman vs. Superman. You guys crapped all over that movie, so what do you guys want?
but you know, when I saw the press photos for BVS and Wonder Woman, I was sold. I really liked the look they went for there. But
Yeah.
again, I guess time's passed. Her suit's probably gotten a little darker and rusty, or whatever the case is. So yeah, what's your guys' thoughts on all this?
You know, I think DC with Zack Snyder, he's going to kind of have his own universe, and then so those movies will be a little bit less colorful. And then I think the solo characters will have their own movies. Like expect Wonder Woman to be colorful, Aquaman, Flash, you know, Cyborg. All those solo films will probably be more colorful than you see in Batman vs. Superman. At least that's my takeaway from it.
Yeah.
Wayne, what do you think?
I'm just happy we're not getting a cheesy live action TV show.
Yeah,
That show was terrible.
Amazon's.
No, it was 2011. There was
Yeah.
Oh, Joss Whedon's. Was it Joss Whedon's write-up that he's gonna script?
I don't know because they shot a pilot for it.
That's right. He's Joss
Yeah.
Whedon's. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was.
and it was like terrible.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it was cheesy. Like you're saying that the costume looks bad in those pictures.
Yeah.
It looked like it just looked terrible. It
Yeah.
looked worse than cosplay.
That's right.
Yeah.
But I think I'm holding off on my expectations of the movie simply because it's her first movie.
Yeah.
And I think it might fall into the trap of being a first movie. It fall into the universe building where it has to do setup,
Yeah.
establish
Yeah.
characters, kind of like the first Thor, first Captain America, first Iron Man.
Even BVS in a way because that's a lot
Oh,
of setup.
yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and not to detract from Jeff Johns because he's an amazing comic book writer. Him like kind of being the person kind of guides the DCU is great because he knows what he's doing.
Yep.
I read a couple months ago that he's given the TV side of DC more room to use certain characters.
Oh,
I've
that's
been
good.
noticing that,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I don't know if your viewers may realize this, but in season 2 of Arrow, they had the Suicide Squad. I'm holding this up in quotes.
Yeah.
And they
Yes.
even did a little cameo for Harley Quinn.
That's
voice,
right.
yeah.
Tara Strong. Yeah.
And then you read that they actually had to kill that entire arc off in the
Yeah.
TV show because DC movie
Yeah.
didn't want the music because they're obviously developing the Suicide Squad, which I think is great.
Yeah.
But I think that I think they could definitely come up with better, more stories, use more of the DC universe to create these stories. with somebody like Jeff Johns, who understands that in order to make a story, make a compelling story, you actually have to have your hands free to use the characters and create them. So I think him being attached to Wonder Woman is fantastic for everybody. It's a win-win situation. I think Gal Gadot, who plays the Wonder Woman, she's great in BVS. I thought she was awesome. She kicked ass.
Oh,
literally.
Yeah, totally, yeah.
I think people who said that she wasn't a good, she didn't have the right build or whatever, like, whatever, she's great. Look how many people were, like, I don't want to say angry, but like disappointed that they chose Affleck as Batman, and he was the best part of the movie.
Even worse. Yeah, for sure.
So I think that like this movie's gonna be, it's gonna have a good solid base. If it does mind blowing numbers, great. If it doesn't, as long as it's solid, does the things it needs to do to build the universe. Wonder Woman 2 is where we'll start to see it to shine, kind of like with Captain America's Winter Soldier, where we have the universe now, we can do whatever we want.
Exactly. Yeah. It doesn't have to be a box office blow. It just has to be critically accepted.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
No, that's a good point. So what do you guys make of the first little plot details that we have it taking place in World War One, which we kind of knew, but now it's confirmed? And then so Steve Trevor crashes on Amazon Island or Paradise Island, and then Wonder Woman and Steve Trevor go back to the to man's world to kind of stop this giant World War One. Do you guys like that? I mean, it seems pretty dark. It doesn't seem like this is going to be lighthearted at all.
No, it seems like, because I think that's like the original pre New 52 origin story.
Yeah, I believe it is.
As long as they don't make her of clay, it's okay. But, I really, I was really wishing they were going to adapt a little bit more of the New 52 storyline, where it's so Greek mythology based, right? Where she's going up against Hades, not Hades. Well, she is going up against Hades, but she's trained by Ares, the god of war, and she even becomes the god of war. Like, I love that aspect, and Apollo's her brother. Like, I was really wishing we get a little bit more of that god kind of storytelling. But you know what, this I'm still intrigued. I'm still looking forward to what they're going to do with this story.
Well, Troy, you're in luck because Sean Bean is playing Ares, god of war. So
that means he's going to die.
Yeah.
Is he actually though? He's playing Ares.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
he's in the movie, and that's what he's rumored to be playing.
Nice.
So I assume he's going to be playing Ares. So
I love that though. That's nice.
So the director Patty Jenkins, she in her interview, she said back in 2005 she approached Warner Brothers about doing a Wonder Woman solo movie, but she was pregnant at the time, so she put it off, and it never got made. So she clearly is a big fan of Wonder Woman. Does this really, bode well for the project, having a fan helmet?
I definitely think so. As long as, she has a deep understanding of the character. She's not trying to turn it into something else. Yeah. As long as she's respectful of the source material. I mean, there's a lot of Wonder Woman stories, source material that she can draw from.
For
sure. However, I think that with, the Warner Brothers creative team, we're not going to allow her to just do whatever she wants, i.e. Zack Snyder and all the mistakes that he made.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that because it's an origin movie and it's going to have a very, I want to say tight or narrow, but very directed path for it. So she's going to have her story. I think if she loves the character as much as people think she does, it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely agree. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with having fans work on projects like Star Wars.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Troy, you brought up an interesting comment about Joss Whedon and Wonder Woman. When you mentioned Joss Whedon and his Wonder Woman project, it's actually kind of funny. If you get the old trade for, I think it's Infinite Crisis or Identity Crisis, he actually writes the foreword on that. And in it, he talks about him writing the Wonder Woman movie and how it's going to be so good and stuff. So, yeah, it's interesting that it was that far along, and then they pulled the curtains on him. Yeah.
That's incredible.
I think what they were trying to do is set up a shared universe with Nolan's Batman, the guy who plays Superman, but he's Adam now. Brandon Routh. Brandon Routh Superman, and then this new Wonder Woman. I don't think they got into casting yet, but it seemed like they were so close. What could have been? I mean, it might have been awesome, but then he wouldn't have been doing the Avengers.
Definitely not. It's actually weird times in WB then, because they were doing that. They're doing the Batman, and they're doing the Brandon Routh Superman and Wonder Woman, but then they also had a side project where they're doing like a Young Justice League. And they had Armie Hammer from the Social Network. He was going to play like Bruce Wayne, and they had another guy playing Superman. So it was like they had two movies, two universes going on at once, which I thought was really weird. Right? Yeah. And they even made it up to costume design.
Yeah, and George Miller was set to direct.
Really?
Yeah, from Mad Max fame.
Wow, crazy. Yeah,
it's a bit crazy when you look back, like 5-6 years ago, who was involved with what and how it's changed. You're like, oh wow, I'm glad that didn't happen.
Yeah. Tom Cruise is Iron Man, right?
I don't know. I still would have watched it.
Yeah, but
back in 2000, what was it, 6? We never even thought we'd dream of getting like a Iron Man, Thor, Captain America movie.
Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Like,
Guardians of the Galaxy,
right?
Suicide Squad, all these obscure...
Deadpool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the big one.
Yeah, that's a big one.
So should we move on to our latest DC rumor? I mean, this is what happens when Tim's not here. I kind of take over and make it all about DC. I'm sorry, Tim.
The rebirth episode.
Yeah. The rebirth. You guys see this rumor about what Ben Affleck's Batman movie might potentially be about? Apparently, the rumor states that it's going to take place inside Arkham Asylum. He'll be battling all his greatest foes, and it'll be based kind of on the video game, kind of on the Grant Morrison story.
Nice. I did hear about this. It's very interesting. I heard he's going to be taking on like a bunch of like lower level villains that we've never really seen in the cinematic universe yet, which is kind of cool. It kind of reminds me a little bit going back to Warner Brothers before when they're talking about expanding other movies. Supermax, the Green Arrow movie, where it's set in him in prison and he's taking all these villains. So it kind of has a little bit of that feel going on. It's going to be a little difficult to do a movie though, you know, that takes place in this one prison, the Arkham Asylum, to do. I mean, you could do it, you know, like Judge Dredd. Have you guys seen the latest Dredd?
Yes.
Yeah, you know, so you can kind of do something cool like that. But I don't know. I don't really want an Arkham. I think we're kind of Arkhamed out.
Really?
Yeah, I'm kind of Arkham fatigued, you could say. I want like a cool, like, I want a Batman movie that rivals a Winter Soldier, like something that's like a thriller. And I really want to see Batman using his detective skills, which I'm sure you could do in an Arkham Asylum-based movie. So, what are your guys' thoughts?
I think that if it is kind of loosely based around the video game, they're kind of limiting their storytelling options.
For sure.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing that DC can't do.
No.
If they want to like do a Batman standalone, give us a prequel. Give us the stuff that happened before BVS.
Yeah.
I think they're going that way, though. I think it's rumored that it is going to be like the Batman, the prequel.
Oh, really?
And it'll be good. But one of the questions I always had, and like from the trailer and from the movie, is like, what happened to Robin?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't even think they know.
Yeah,
Like, and so I think this is a perfect opportunity for that solo Batman movie to show it. But are they just going to give it like a little bit of a feature within the movie, just a flashback?
Right.
Or are they going to actually give you the actual moment and events leading up to it where Joker kills Robin allegedly?
Right.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be really cool because if this works out to be a prequel, and we're assuming that the Batman in Suicide Squad is before BVS.
That's what I'm assuming, yeah.
No, I think it takes place after, because there's that line when he says, what if Superman had flown into the White House? And to me, that speaks of Superman's dead now, but what if he had, when he was alive, gone into the White House?
Oh, see, I took it the other way around. He is still alive at
Oh,
that point.
okay.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I hear it the same way because when you see in like one of the trailers where Batman's on top of Joker's Lamborghini.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can kind of glean from that and from the other trailers that Joker creates Harley Quinn.
Yes.
Yes.
And so the way that means like that in the BVS world, post Superman's death, around when Superman comes to Earth, Joker is no longer an issue. Harley Quinn is no longer an issue. No, enough to be an issue where Batman has to devote his attention, because he has that line when he's talking to Clark Kent. We've had a problem with freaks dressing up as clowns.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that tells me that the
Yes.
Joker stuff is pre.
Yeah.
So they could definitely do a prequel and give you Jared Leto as the Joker again. Give you Harley Quinn. Give you Killer Croc.
Right.
Give you all these villains that you want to see done well, given justice. Because as much as I love the Nolan Batman movies, they're too grounded in reality.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like a Killer Croc is not grounded in reality.
No.
No. And I think it's great that, he did amazing things with those movies, but now we're in the more fantastical, more comic book base, and I think I would love if they were able to, he's in Arkham Asylum, and if anybody's ever played the game, go back and play it. It's really awesome, especially that intro when he runs into Killer Croc for the very first time.
Oh man, I had the chills.
It's so good. Like you owe yourself to play through that game if you haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if it's anything like that, and they're able to incorporate a lot of the things in the Batman universe, like the villains and the characters.
Mr. Freeze, right?
Mr. Freeze. That's why I'm like so excited. But
Yeah.
I really hope it is a prequel.
No, that'd be cool. I mean, the one thing I will say about this is it does allow us to see a lot of cool villains that we haven't seen before, like a Clayface, maybe, Killer Croc again, but some of his other villains, like the Mad Hatter, or some of these other ones that haven't even made it to the screen yet. Because in my opinion, Batman has by far the best rogues gallery out there.
Yeah, I agree. Him and Spidey.
Yeah, the one too. Him
and Spider-Man have. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, so I mean, this would allow it. I mean, they always say the strength of DC is its villains.
Yes.
And with Suicide Squad coming out and that looking to be a hit, I mean, this would play on that with the villains theme as well. So I'm excited. The one thing is, it kind of scares me when they say based on the game, because I have yet to see a good movie based on a video game.
In that defense, though, it's one of the best superhero video games ever, because most of the time superhero video games don't have a good track record.
True, but Street Fighter, all 2 Mortal Kombats, Resident Evil, the list goes on and on.
How did Warcraft? Warcraft did
really well in China.
Yeah, surprised me. I think
apparently made back its budget in China alone.
And that's a huge budget, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I thought the movie, quick review of Warcraft, I thought the movie was good.
Yeah.
If you're a Warcraft fan, you'll love the movie.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
But if you're not a Warcraft fan, it'll just be generic.
I'll check it out on probably Blu-ray or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'll rent it. So should we go into our Marvel section now? Damn, this is the point where you fast forward to. No, I'm just kidding. Marvel Now. We're getting another relaunch from Marvel, including 30 new series. What do you guys make of this? I mean, people were kind of ragging on DC with New 52 Rebirth. Mm-hmm. But I mean, they've only had 2. This is, since I started reading comics, this has to be 4 or 5. Yeah. Seems like every year they're doing a relaunch or another set in continuity. What are your thoughts?
I tell you what, when you gave me the outline, I checked this out and I was furious. I checked out the line, I saw the continuations that they're going with the stories, and I saw the brand new relaunches. And I'm looking up and down this list. Amazing Spider-Man is nowhere to be found. Instead, I see Amazing Spider-Man Renew Your Vows, and then I see another story which is like something to do with the clones. I'm like, where's Amazing Spider-Man?
Yeah.
So I did some research and I checked out Dan Slott's tweet, and he said, calm down, there's some confusion. There was a leak. We have yet to announce Amazing Spider-Man's continuation, but it's happening because I was panicking because the simple fact, since 2013, they've given us Superior Spider-Man after 700 issues of Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Then they did Amazing Spider-Man reboot as well to go along with the Amazing Spider-Man 2 movie. Then they did another Amazing Spider-Man reboot, which is currently the one we're in right now. And then our human talks that we're doing another reboot.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's a lot of reboots. That's about 4 reboots from 2013 to 16.
Wow.
That's outrageous.
That is.
So, yeah. And is it all Peter Parker?
It's all been Peter Parker, but then Doc Ock took over his body at one point for the Superior Spider-Man.
Oh, right, yeah.
So once I found out everything was cool with Amazing Spider-Man, I was all right. But then I did some more research. Hawkeye has had 2 reboots within 1 year. Spider-Gwen, Silk, these guys have all had 2 relaunches within 1 year. It's crazy. And then, I like DC because I feel like DC is trying to carry like legacy, where you get into like 500 issues, 600 issues. Action Comics and Detective Comics are now at like 957. I love that, right?
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like Marvel, you can't make it past like 22 issues.
Yeah.
And
it's true. Let alone 12. Like
right? It's crazy. And the thing that bothers me is with the Spider-Man I looked at, they're still continuing the same story, but they're just bringing it down to 1.
What?
And the crazy thing is, I think I can vouch for all of us here. Our first comic wasn't a #1 that got us into comics.
No.
You know what I mean?
Well, mine was New 52 #1, but sorry, I'm a little bit of the norm.
But I mean, I get why Marvel does it. They get great feedback, they make some money, but I think audiences are gonna get tired of getting a #1 of the Prowler and then coming back and getting another #1 of the Prowler. You know, so it makes sense if you're relaunching a brand new character in the fold. I get that, but they need to pump the brakes a little bit on some of this stuff. That being said, my last thing, Infamous Iron Man, I'm totally on board with. And the Riri Williams Iron Man, I can't wait to pick up those 2 issues. So
just to go on your point about the constant relaunch, it does confuse fans.
For sure.
If they want to get into comic books,
Absolutely.
This looks really cool. Like, they pick up this issue and they're like, oh, this looks really good, I want to continue. And then they try to find the rest and they're not sure if they have volume 1, volume 2, volume 5.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that it's clearly written in the book, but if you're not a comic book fan, you don't realize what volume you're holding. Right. You're gonna be confused. I'm like, why is #5 telling this story, but I get #6 and it's telling a completely other story.
Right.
Yeah.
It's drawn differently. Yeah. Like, it just fragments the fan base.
Definitely,
yeah, absolutely.
Especially like, I got boxes I gotta put my comics in, and I'm like, well, how am I gonna label this?
Yeah.
Because I can't go issue 500 to 700 anymore. Am I gonna go Amazing Spider-Man 2015 and then 16? Like, you can't even fill up the comic boxes within that year. So
no, it's so true. I mean, part of the reason why I like DC is because when I go to pick up a book, all the big heroes that I like, Batman, Superman, I go pick up a Superman, I go pick up a Batman, it's Bruce Wayne, Clark Kent. I go pick up a Spider-Man. For a while there, it wasn't Peter Parker, it was Doc Ock and Peter Parker's brain.
Yeah.
And then I go pick up, say, I don't even know, like I go pick up a Captain America and it's not Steve Rogers or
Sam Wilson.
Yeah, or Steve Rogers is like this old guy who's like 80 years old.
Yeah.
So I think DC is really trying to, it's funny that they're taking two different sides of this. DC's going back to the original characters and Marvel's going back to these new wave of heroes where all the original ones aren't actually the heroes anymore. Which is kind of strange because if you watch the movies, Iron Man is still Tony Stark and Steve Rogers is still Captain America.
Yeah.
I get why they're doing it, but with the movies, maybe they feel like it's been enough time where, you're not going to see a movie now and just jump into comics maybe. Mm-hmm. Whereas before when they were coming out, you would, right? And that's why DC's universe is still young.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why they're going back to their originals, whereas Marvel's cinematic universe is already a decade old?
That's right. Yeah, because like you and me and Tim were talking a couple episodes back. We're just like, there's nothing wrong with relaunching your franchise, but it's a little too often, especially the fact that we got Secret Wars, it ended, and then we got this all new, all different. Right now in the mix, we're in Civil War 2, and I'm already getting screenshots of Marvel Now 2.0, and I already see the new lineup, and it's like, I haven't even finished this book yet. Like, I get your marketing, but you're kind of spoiling things at the same time. It's just, I think they just got to calm down a little bit and just give us at least 2 years of these characters and let us get to know these characters and tell us some stories here, right? And if you're going to tell us these stories and extend them, just at least keep the numbering the same. You don't have to go all the way back to number one.
It's one of the things that like kind of freaked me out. I was looking over the list. Actually, a lot of things stood out to me. First thing, where are the X-Men books?
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to bring up that point. Yeah.
Like X-Men has been a staple of Marvel for a very long time.
It through the 90s.
Yeah.
And so where are they?
Yeah.
Like, are they planning something else? They haven't announced it? Are they planning doing a hard relaunch, letting it cool down?
Yeah.
So going back to what you were saying about seeing the new lineup and how like Doctor Doom is going to play Iron Man and then Riri is going to be also Iron Man.
Yeah, so Riri is going to be like the actual Tony Stark Iron Man.
Yeah.
And the infamous Iron Man is Doctor Doom, which takes over the international Iron Man.
So my question is, what happened to Tony Stark?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, but it kind of spoils it because we know now after Civil War, Tony's not going to be, he's either in prison or he's killed.
Exactly.
Or he's in a pocket universe.
And like taking a side step into Civil War, thinking like Tony Stark could die.
Yeah.
Like he very well could die. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, are we ready for that?
Right.
Because when they killed Cap back in the original Civil War at the very end,
you're
thinking, okay, cool. And they went through this whole process of bringing him back.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think it's cool. However, I'm not sure if I'm ready to go read a 10-issue thing of reviving Tony Stark, Iron Man, just to sell comics. I feel kind of used.
Cheaped out a little bit.
Yeah. Do you feel like Marvel goes to that well too often? I mean, Wolverine's dead.
Yeah.
Captain America, Human Torch, War Machine, Hulk. Do you feel like they're killing off their heroes too much? Like it seems like a marketing ploy almost.
It does. It makes me wonder. Like I would love to be a fly in the wall in the decision-making room about which characters to keep, which characters to kill off. Another thing that I was like one comic book I was surprised, well not really surprised to see, it was Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
I get it because her comic book run where she had her own series was from a couple years ago. Now that the Netflix series is out and they are going to do a season 2 after Defenders, I get why. People, she's a Marvel hero? Okay, cool. Let me try to find her books that are from early 2000s?
Yeah.
So it's going to be pretty hard to find. So I think it's great that they're going to give her more of a story. And then also it helps the showrunners who are going to be doing season 2 to give them more material to work from. Because if you guys don't know about Jessica Jones, she's a very thin character when she's not with Luke Cage. She's a very thin character. Like most people know her because she's Luke Cage's wife.
Exactly.
And they've got a kid together.
Exactly.
So so like when I first heard that they were making the show, I'm like, cool, Luke Cage's wife, so they're gonna have Luke Cage. Great. Yeah. However, as a standalone character, she's very, very thin backstory. Her like 70s, 80s stuff with the Avengers is very thin.
Which is like Jewel.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's completely different from what we see in the TV show. Definitely. And that's more close to the more recent comic series. So I think it's great. If it's going to be a more mature story, fantastic, because that's what the show was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Another thing is, if they're going to be bringing back all these series, where's Fantastic Four?
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the thing. So to answer your question with the X-Men, it all ties in with Fox, I believe. So Marvel's kind of at a point where it's like, well, why are we going to continue to create these stories and hire like top-notch writers when Fox can just kind of piggyback now and take these stories. So kind of goes hand in hand. Fantastic Four, I have a feeling, I have no connections, I have a feeling Fantastic Four is eventually Phase 4, Phase 5 is going to come back to Marvel. It's going to come back home. And when they do that, we're going to see Fantastic Four. And there's a little funny thing in Amazing Spider-Man now, Peter Parker kind of has the Iron Man role where he's like a billionaire playboy kind of figure, but he owns the Baxter Building.
Oh,
right?
interesting.
And he actually had Johnny Storm works with them now, and he stays with them. And he told Johnny, "Lo, I bought this place because I'm holding on to it until your family comes back." Yeah. So it's kind of a little bit foreshadowing that they will come back. Yeah. The X-Men, they have an event coming up called Death of X.
That's right.
The X-Men are going to get taken out, but I think they're going down to just one book. There's just going to be one X-Men book out of all the like 6 or 7
That's
that we
crazy.
used to have, which is it blows my mind. And there's that Terrigen Mist, I think it is. Tim's very familiar with this stuff, but it's been killing off the mutant gene. So it's killing off the X-Men, so we're down to a limited few. Yeah. So
interesting.
It is interesting. Yeah. But you know what? The X books haven't been that great right now. Like I start off with Michael Bendis's all new X-Men, which is the X-Men from the past brought to future. It was cool for about 10 issues. It's kind of fallen off. But the Extraordinary X-Men right now is really cool. And I think that's what any X-Men fan is reading. Everything else has kind of been scrapped. So
yeah, I mean, I'm a huge X-Men fan. I love the cartoon growing up, love the movies, obviously. Mm-hmm. So if I was to jump into Marvel, the one thing I've always said is if they were to reboot X-Men and fully reboot it, so you come and then it's Professor Xavier and he's recruiting these kids and you start from there, I'm there. I'm buying that issue. I'm following it until it ends.
Yeah.
Until they do that, though, it's going to be tough for me to get in because, all these different characters... It's just too much for me. Like, I'm sure we're going to read these and do kind of like a Marvel Now relaunching like we did with Rebirth for the podcast. Oh, yeah,
definitely.
It's just too much for me. I mean, and the X-Men, do you think they're going to be replaced by the Inhumans?
That's what they're pushing. It's a strong push for the Inhumans, especially with the Civil War. They're really pushing them. This is the most Inhumans I've ever gone, and I'm liking what they're doing. Like, they're pretty neat characters. But I think with the X-Men, what they really need to do is just kind of cut them down. We have so many mutants. So who's really special? I think we need to just get down to a core 20 mutants and just keep it like that for a while. And maybe they're going to do that with this Terrigen Mist.
That'd be a cool story if you had like a group of like 100 or 200 and they're kind of like the last surviving mutants in the world. That'd be kind of a cool, different story.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, also, going back to your whole Inhumans thing, I personally watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I think the show's actually not that bad.
Tim loves
it. Tim loves it, so you're a big fan.
And this past season that just completed, season 3, and season 2, they were heavily focused on the Inhumans because they can't do mutants because mutants is owned by Fox.
Exactly.
Right.
But they've been heavily focusing on the Inhumans, and they had a pretty good storyline. I mean, the TV versioned it, but there's heavily referencing Terrigen Mist and how that's a thing,
right?
And how currently in the TV show, they're dealing with all these Inhumans who got their Inhuman powers by the Terrigen Mist,
right?
Going into the ocean and being in cans of fish, like cans of tuna.
Oh, okay.
And so and being fish oil pills and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it kind of like gives them a way to like, I guess, organically create issues by having this person over here developing these powers that are a bad thing. But I think that's really good. And maybe you're right. Maybe they're taking the resources away from the Fox-owned properties and pushing it more to the Marvel stuff.
Right.
And if they're going to go for the more comic book Inhumans and kind of soft replacing the X-Men, I can definitely see that because the show, it's all in with the Inhumans. That's all they're doing. Right?
Yeah.
And I think it's great. More comic book stuff for us. Yeah. Really.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Different stories. It kind of breaks my heart a little bit because I love the X-Men.
Oh, yeah.
All Everyone of us does. Do, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And so, like, and it was like one of my actually, the Uncanny X-Men was like the first comic book I seriously collected.
Nice.
Yeah, nice.
And so to not have it anymore, not to have any.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little weird.
It is.
Yeah. Is Marvel kind of overplaying their hand here? Because, I mean, you look at the latest X-Men film, they thought it was going to do gangbusters, and it did all right, box office-wise. But, I mean, there was no toys, there was no promotions by Marvel, there was no posters, like... And then you go see Captain America, and there's everything out there for that film. Yeah. Is Marvel kind of cutting off their arm in a way here? Like, they're kind of choking off one of their strongest brands. I'd argue, it was their strongest brand in the 90s, selling, 1 million copies a month?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's huge.
Yeah, it was huge. So, like, to me, it kind of seems kind of silly that they're going to kind of snuff this out. I mean, maybe it's just premature, and maybe they have something giant planned for the X-Men. I'm going to reserve my judgment, but...
yeah, we'll see what happens, for sure.
I don't know. I mean, I don't want to bash Marvel too much, because I do love all their movies, and some of their comics, events that I have read, I really do enjoy. Mm-hmm. But it's just sad to see the X-Men, I mean, not getting the due. I heard there might be a TV series, though. That's kind of an interesting development.
Marvel and Fox are agreeing on this TV series.
Wow. Yeah, maybe they'll get together, kind of like the Spider-Man sweetheart deal.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that these guys are kind of holding hands right now with that one, and Marvel's like, well, we'll do this for you, and you give us Fantastic Four. And boom.
Marvel needs Fantastic Four back within the MCU.
Yeah, and they don't really need Fantastic Four. They just need Galactus, and they just need Silver Surfer. Yeah. They don't even need the Fantastic Four.
Oh, they need Doctor Doom, too.
Doctor Doom, sorry, yes.
It would actually would be really funny. So you remember how Chris Evans played Human Torch? In
That's right.
They bring him back into the MCU and have Captain America, Chris Evans, and have this other actor.
And have Michael B. Jordan, because he's now in the MCU.
Yeah,
exactly. That's right. This little kind of a meta thing for a couple seconds. Okay.
Do you see that Easter egg in Captain America? I think it was the first one. So they show the Steve Rogers museum, and then in it, the one suit is his Fantastic Four suit for Human Torch.
It's not Fantastic Four though. It's the Human Torch. It's the original Human Torch. So Steve Rogers, fought with the Invaders, with Submariner, and the original Human Torch is like a robot who then becomes the Vision. It's a crazy story, but it's the original Human Torch.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is neat.
Do you think that's the next step for Marvel after they have this big Thanos blowout with Infinity War? The next villain would be Galactus? I mean, is that kind of... And where do you go from Thanos?
Yeah, Galactus would be huge. Doctor Doom would be great if we could get him back. Kang, he's an Avengers foe who is infamous for time travel.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And he's given Avengers quite a bit of trouble back in his day, so that would be pretty cool. But you know what? We did find out, and James Gunn did tweet that they do have the rights to some of the scrolls.
Oh, okay.
So we could definitely see ourselves getting a secret invasion.
Yeah,
nice.
For sure. Yeah.
Definitely. I'm really excited with what they can do with Thanos, because and Troy will appreciate this, is that if anybody remembers, the original black suit Spider-Man gets when he goes to outer space.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
So they could definitely
Battleworld.
They could definitely write him in.
Oh yeah.
To go to outer space and then come back with it and make the second or third.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
I went to the third.
And have it be this natural way.
For sure.
Yeah.
Instead of in the Spider-Man movies by Sam Raimi, where it just felt like it was shoehorned in.
Yeah. It totally was. Yeah.
It really was. Tim and I even talked before. Is like, what if the symbiote was hanging around the Collector? And the Guardians of the Galaxy world, he's just sitting there, right?
Exactly. That's a very good, easy way to introduce him.
Right? Infinity Gauntlet happens, or Infinite War happens, and boom. So, a lot of potential right there.
You brought up an interesting point. I totally glanced over it. The Guardians of the Galaxy picture. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm excited for this movie. I love that first movie, man.
Oh, such a good movie.
So, it was. Yeah. It really, really was. It's surprising.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was.
For a fairly obscure comic book at the time.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was a couple years before they were, really kind of at the top of Marvel's, heap. But now, there's a movie, there's toys, there's everything. There's baby Groot's everywhere.
Groot's like Captain America's shield right now.
Exactly.
Everything has one.
Exactly. I think James Gunn was the right choice initially.
Yeah,
I think that Marvel having him directed again shows the faith that they have in him, creating another story, giving him enough leeway to make a story that he wants to tell, but still kind of falling within Marvel's rules. I think is great. I think that they have James Gunn to have that relationship, and with Russo brothers, same deal.
That's right. Yeah.
They trust in them so much. This is what needs to happen in the movie. How you get there is up to you guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
And after that, tell a great story.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
100%.
Yeah. So that's why it brings me so much hope that Patty Jenkins, was a fan of Wonder Woman, because, you got these fans, James Gunn and the Russo brothers. So should we move on to some more Marvel news about Thor 3?
Yeah.
Mark Ruffalo. Everyone's favorite Mark Ruffalo movie on 3? 3, 2, 1. 13 going on 30.
Foxcatcher.
I'm gonna say Avengers.
A very wide range of movies there.
Foxcatcher
Love
or Shutter
movie.
Island. Love those two.
Oh
movies.
yeah, he was in Shutter Island. Love
really,
that movie.
Yeah.
So Mark Ruffalo, he tweeted out a picture. I don't know if he tweeted it or he sent out a picture with him with the Hulk hands on the set of Thor 3. What are you guys' thoughts? Is this increase your excitement for Thor 3, or you guys still kind of leery on it?
Yes, absolutely yes.
Yeah.
I love the dynamic between Thor and Banner.
Oh,
in
yeah.
the movies, like that one part in the Avengers where he just punches them.
Yeah, love
great.
that. Yeah.
And I think that, and I read this thing. I'm not sure if it's ever been validated, but I read this rumor / fan theory a couple months ago that because they don't want to do a standalone Hulk movie, they want to do kind of Planet Hulk.
Yes.
Oh, yes, I heard that.
And they want to, and it's going to be like where Hulk is there, and then Thor and him are just kind of doing this whole buddy cop movie,
Yeah.
where they're just like
So cool.
just tearing through whoever stands in their way, and then having to deal with like the end of Asgard as well, because that's a Ragnarok storyline.
Yes, that's right.
It's gonna be great. I love the Thor movies because they're very tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
Chris Hemsworth does humor decently well.
I love him as Thor. Yeah.
Yeah.
definitely.
I think I couldn't imagine anybody else being Thor. Really,
No.
with
No.
the humor.
Who could be Thor that besides him, really?
Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah.
He auditioned.
Yeah, that's
for
right,
it.
yeah,
That's true.
I could not see that.
But I mean, they would have
No.
to like dye his hair blonde.
and he'd have to
Have
get
to
huge.
Yeah. Go on the Zack Snyder diet or something.
But
Yeah.
but going back, I think it's great, and they're gonna have Loki in it, which is not a bad thing.
Oh no,
No,
he's one
not
of the
at
best
all.
Marvel.
Yeah.
He's an awesome villain.
Yeah.
I hope they do not kill him off.
No.
No.
Put him in prison, whatever, but don't kill him off.
No, you can't.
Because he's been Odin this whole time, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think that like it's great. It's what it's gonna do for the MCU is we've had this string of like Earth-based movies. And
Yeah.
Earth-based crisis and Earth-based problems. And with the Guardians, they're by themselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Thor, kind of like Thor 2, again, it was half Earth-based, half space.
Walks that line.
But like this is going to be primarily set in outer space.
Yeah.
And so there's going to be more connection with the Guardians, maybe some more crossover, because we saw at
that'd
the
be cool.
end of Guardians with the Thor characters coming into the Collector. Like
Yeah.
that's more of that stuff. Give us more of that.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I think what they've done a fantastic job of world building the Earth-based heroes. But everybody knows Marvel is not Earth-based.
Yeah.
No.
They're universe-based.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the
Everyone's
point.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if they're going to be adding Thanos and have this big, huge Infinity War, part 1 and part 2, Thor is just another piece in the puzzle. Guardians of the Galaxy and Thor next year, I think we're going to get so much space-based stuff, we won't know what to do with ourselves.
Yeah. Not to mention Star Wars Episode 8, so it's going to be a very
Exactly.
space-heavy year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that.
No, that's awesome. You bring up a good point. The buddy cop is kind of how I pictured it too, kind of like a Lethal Weapon or even Men in Black, kind of.
Yeah. 21 Jump Street.
Yeah. So should we go on to Celebration?
Yeah.
Celebrate good times. Come on, let's go. I don't know why they call it Celebration. It just makes me laugh every time. I just think of that one Simpsons scene where Lisa buys Al Gore's book. You guys seen the scene?
Yes.
And then he plays that tape like Celebrate Good Times, and he's just stone-faced. He's like, I will. So we'll get more into this with Tim because he's our big Star Wars guy, and I know next to nothing about Star Wars. I guess I know some stuff. But did you guys see the trailer that leaked online?
I didn't watch the leak one. I was kind of staying away from that one, but I did see their behind the scenes trailer for Rogue One.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. A lot of people loved it. I didn't really care for it, to be
No?
honest, that one. No, I was under the impression that we're going to get a 3-minute trailer of the actual movie.
Yeah.
And we're going to see Vader show up. And when I saw this, I was like, okay, that's cool. When's the 3-minute trailer coming up? And it never showed up.
How about you, Wayne? Did you see the leak trailer?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I try to not ruin myself with the trailers. I've actually made this personal choice. I think I've maybe mentioned to Troy to not watch any trailers anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because it's completely unrelated. I recently watched Big Hero 6, and the movie was recommended to me. Just watch it; it's good.
Yeah.
Never saw a trailer of the movie ever.
Nice.
Yeah.
I went in completely surprised. Loved the movie.
It's an awesome
Yeah,
movie.
it's
and
a
I
great
think,
movie.
And I think about like if I watched the trailer, some of that stuff would have been ruined.
Oh,
I watched
yeah.
the trailer after.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to ruin myself with any more Star Wars trailers. I already seen the one. I'm going to see it. Whatever.
Yeah.
But the one thing that I thought was cool, two things. Okay, going back to the Star Wars 3D show. It's Rebels, right?
Yes.
So there's this Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Oh, yeah, this is
So
huge.
people may not realize this, but when Disney took over Star Wars, they erased all the extended universe
Yes,
that
yep.
got built up over the years. But the thing about it is, like, after Return of the Jedi, there was these novels.
Yeah.
Real Star Wars people would know that if they read the novels, Grand Admiral Thrawn is in those novels.
Oh yeah, written by Timothy Zahn,
Exactly.
which we got announced that he's coming back to write another Grand Admiral Thrawn book.
Exactly.
Awesome.
So
That's huge.
So having him in the show
Yeah.
is awesome.
Oh yeah.
So I think like that's giving a lot of the real Star Wars diehard a lot of hope that maybe not all of it's lost.
Yeah, maybe Revan could show up from the Old Republic, maybe Dash Rendar from Shadows of the Empire, Mara Jade. Lots of potential now, right? Yeah.
And the second thing is that behind the scenes thing, I actually was excited.
Cool.
Because they're using practical effects as much as they can. They're using puppets, prosthetics, everything that I absolutely loved about the original 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
And like, I don't like the updated version with all the CG in it, and I didn't like how much CG they used for the episodes 1, 2, and 3. But I love the fact that Gareth Edwards, he is going the more natural route, because the one scene that the one thing that I read is that they went to Jordan, the country of Jordan, and they built an entire 360-degree set so they can
that's
film
so
it.
cool.
Yeah. So they can film it. So there's no CG backgrounds and actors having to do green screen stuff. It's you see that hut over there with the wind blowing. That's a real hut you can go over and touch.
That's awesome.
And I'm like, thank God, because I love what 3D animation can do right now, but I think some director uses it as a crutch.
Yeah.
Definitely. And you know, nothing against any of the actors, but ask any actor and they'd rather act with a person in front of them than just like a tennis ball kind of floating at eye level.
Yeah.
And I think this is going to just give their actors more to work with. And they've got, you know, Forrest Whitaker, Donnie Yen is a blind guy.
Yeah, and Forrest Whitaker's character, because we now know that he comes from Clone Wars, right?
Exactly.
Saw Gerrera.
So you're like, there's all this stuff. Like they went over top. They went over the top to get quality actors.
Yeah.
And over the top to get like make quality sets and prosthetics. I'm just really excited. I'm more hyped for Rogue One than I was for Episode 7.
Oh,
wow.
Wow. That's a huge
That's
drop.
cool.
Because I think that with Episode 7, we went so long without Star Wars.
Yeah.
We were starved for anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now that we have, you know, we've eaten Star Wars, now we can get like the good stuff.
Yeah.
Like, we're not hungry anymore, so we actually care what we put in our body.
Yeah.
And I think it was Rogue One, you know, them telling how they got the punch with the Death Star. I think that's great. It's
Definitely
universe building. They can go from there, and then also they cast Han Solo for the Han Solo movie.
Well, that's my disappointment. These things is because we knew this. I knew we even talked about this.
Yeah.
We knew he was cast already, and that was one of the announcements on the last day. Is that here's so and so. I'm not going to try and say his name because I always butcher it. But here's so and so as young Han Solo, and I'm like, really? We already knew that. But what stole the show for me is 3 things: Timothy Zahn coming back to write the books.
Yep.
Grand Admiral Thrawn is now officially canon.
Yep.
The Star Wars Rebels Season 3 trailer was incredible.
Yep.
Like, just, wow. So good. Those are my thoughts there. It was a little bit of a letdown for me, though, this event, as opposed to last celebration. I thought that bar was so high, and this one, they kind of just rode the waves a little so-and-so, and I think they really need to show us some Vader. I think so. For the movie division. I think for the TV division, they did a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you brought up a good point, Wayne, when you're talking about the CGI versus the practical effects. I mean, if you don't think it makes a difference, look at the Lord of the Rings trilogy compared to the Hobbit trilogy.
Yes.
And how well received the first one was compared to the second one. I think Ian McKellen even said, like, you know, I didn't get into acting to talk to a green screen in reference to the Hobbit movies. Yeah. And then you look at his Lord of the Rings performance, and it was spectacular. Yeah. Those movies are probably one of the best trilogies of all time.
Yep.
And then the Hobbit one, people look at it and they're like, not so much.
Yeah.
So definitely we're big proponents here for practical effects.
For sure.
Should we move on to our main event? I guess I didn't even announce this main event at the beginning of the episode. What a terrible host. Tim, I take back every bad thing I said about you. No, I'm just kidding. So this week we're going to talk about our fashions. Our fashion episode. We're going to get in... who's that? Joan Rivers' daughter, Melissa Rivers. She's going to come in and we're going to do a whole fashion episode. Are you guys
Fashion
excited?
Police.
Yeah, Fashion Police. That's the new name of the episode. Episode 31, Fashion Police.
Fashion Police.
The Fashion Guardians of the Galaxy, or the Nova Corps, the Fashion Nova Corps. I like this. So what we did was we're going to tell you our picks for top 5 best and worst superhero and supervillain costumes. And this only includes live action. It could be TV or movie. I I primarily stayed with movies because
Yeah.
they have bigger budgets, so they should be criticized more.
For sure.
Or praised more.
Yeah.
So, should we start with our list? Should we do... What should we do first? Top 5 or worst 5?
We'll go with worst 5.
All right. Worst 5 villains. Wayne, do you want to go first?
Rhino from Amazing Spider-Man 2 at the very end.
Yes.
Horrible.
Oh, man. Or can we talk about Rhino at the beginning where he has like those Rhino boxer shorts as well?
Yeah.
Or his horrible Rhino accent.
Yeah, like that actor Paul Giamatti's actually
He's
a
incredible.
He's a very good actor.
Great actor.
But like when I saw that scene when he comes with the big rhino costume, I immediately thought anime.
Yeah.
I immediately thought like is this an anime? Like,
Yeah.
Right?
like he puts on the suit and it kind of comes. I'm like, what?
So bad. It was.
How about when his suit gets removed and his head is exposed?
Oh.
I'm like, cops, shoot him in the face. Shoot him right now. Like, why are you just waiting
Yeah.
there?
Yeah.
There's so much bad with that movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I guess you can consider her a villain. Halle Berry's Catwoman costume.
Oh,
Oh, the Egyptian goddess,
The-
whatever it was. Terrible.
Patience True, I think her name was. So he wasn't even Selena Kyle.
Well, yeah, it was so far off. Like, why did they even call it Catwoman?
It made no sense
Yeah.
to me
It
whatsoever.
really did need to be. That movie did not need to be made.
Especially when
No.
you had Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman in Batman Returns.
Yeah.
She set the bar. So I still think to this day she's the best Catwoman.
Way better than Anne Hathaway.
Oh, for
way
sure.
better.
No
Way
doubt.
better.
No
And then
doubt.
when we got Halle Berry, who just came off an Oscar,
Yeah.
gets a Razzie right after.
I think it could have been done well if you brought back Michelle Pfeiffer and kind of made it like a heist movie or something cool like
I like
that.
that.
And
Would
maybe
have
she was
worked.
like mentoring somebody.
Oh yeah,
Right,
yeah.
yeah, definitely.
Have you guys seen it?
Which one?
Catwoman?
Catwoman.
Oh, long
Have
time
you?
ago.
Yeah,
I saw it a
we
long
guys,
time
all,
ago.
we all went through that torture.
I
literally got
saw it and I got like halfway through. Like, this is trash. I
Yeah.
like Halle Berry. She's a pretty great actress,
Yeah,
and I think Catwoman's a cool character. But no,
I'm waiting for the day where a comic book writer comes in and makes like the Catwoman story based on Patience True.
I just wish they went like the Batman Year One route, where she's like kind of like runs the streets of like the
Yeah.
prostitutes, and like she's a badass. Like,
Yeah.
what a great story.
I
Batman
think
Year One.
I think if DC Universe needs a female superhero movie, they probably won't do it. But if you redid Catwoman and made it good, it has potential to be like a hit.
Yeah, and you know it's better they do it now before Marvel does a Black Cat. You know, because she's very similar to Catwoman, right? So it's like whoever does it first best
Yeah.
is going to be known as like the first one that did it, right?
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, no, those are two awful picks, but I'll say my list first. I'll just start with number 5. Bane from Batman and Robin.
Ooh.
I don't even know what they're going with that, with the green like ooze from plants and his muscles. Like,
Yeah.
it was awful.
Yeah.
there's nothing to say. That
You'll see that movie makes quite a few appearances on my list.
yeah.
Troy, who do you have as number 5?
Number 5, I have something recent, Apocalypse.
Oh man, you're killing me!
Oh,
stop!
man.
Stop! It's already dead.
It was horrible. I think when you this day and age where you have a guy like Thanos who looks so good on the big screen,
Yeah.
and he looks very similar to Apocalypse, and they went so far from that. I understand you don't want your villain to look just like Marvel's villain, but come on, that was
Yeah.
it really looks like Ivan Ooze from the Power Rangers.
Yeah.
There's this note, and you know it is purple at
Yeah.
first, and they
Yeah.
kind of tried to later on make it bluer, and it's like, no, you guys already went too far here.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, they could have done well if you added some more CGI, make him menacing, maybe like 10 feet tall or
Oh,
something.
you know what?
Yeah.
I think the year before San Diego Comic-Con, there was a cosplay Apocalypse, and he looked incredible. And this was cosplay.
Yeah, the cosplay's been great
It's
lately.
really good, yeah.
They need. I can't remember what movie it was, but I was watching this documentary on Comic-Con, and then this girl who cosplayed, they actually hired her to make the movie costumes.
Nice.
So some of those cosplay people do an excellent job.
Definitely.
Even here in Calgary, they do a fantastic job, and in San Diego, well. So who'd you got for number 4? I got Two-Face from Batman Forever. My favorite part of that movie is when the guy throws acid on his face, and he only has a piece of paper that like covers half his face, and somehow the acid doesn't eat away the paper.
I don't think I watched all the way through Batman and Robin or Batman Forever.
I was just buying the toys. I was in the toy store.
Yeah,
buying the
yeah,
toy.
yeah.
The toy,
toys.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
hell of a commercial.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Joel Schumacher. Like I'm sure he's a nice guy,
Yeah.
but cannot direct a Batman
No,
film
that
ever
was just
again.
like neon lights all over the place. And,
Oh man, he has like a neon fetish or something.
yeah,
right?
it really does.
Yeah.
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 And a fetish for nipples apparently too.
Yeah.
With these Batman movies.
Yeah.
For a villain, 2015 Fantastic Four reboot, Doctor Doom.
Yes.
Horrendous.
Yes.
That was so poorly made. Horrible.
He looks like a computer chip or something.
Right?
Like, oh.
Yeah. That's just garbage.
I get them wanting to like try something new and different with the character, but Doctor Doom is such an old character.
Yes.
Yeah.
He has so many versions of his suit and his costume.
Yeah.
They could go in with any version of it.
Yeah.
But no, we're gonna do our own thing. It's just like you're piling dog crap on top of dog crap.
Right? Horrible.
Oh. And they didn't even get it right with the first Fantastic Four. I mean, they just haven't done his costume justice yet.
No, they really haven't.
Awful,
yeah,
awful. Another bad one I have at number 3 is Juggernaut from X3. You're talking about like one of the most imposing physical forces of villains in the X universe.
Yeah.
And you got this guy running around in a costume. Just such a missed opportunity again.
Yeah.
That whole movie was a missed opportunity.
It was.
But, man, they could have done something so cool with Juggernaut. Add some CGI or something. Because he's so... that's one character I really want them to bring into the new X universe. Mm-hmm. They got to do it. I mean, Juggernaut's probably my favorite X-Men villain.
Nice. Going back to Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four 2, Rise of the Silver Surfer, Galactus.
The fart cloud?
He was a cloud. Yeah, the fart cloud. I was like, how... Fox, I don't know what you guys are doing. But they went so far. Even if, I know the Ultimate Universe, I think he was kind of a cloud as well.
Still.
It was poorly.
Yeah. Oh, that was bad. Number 2, going back to Fantastic Four, is Doctor Doom again. You said the reboot, I'll say the original. That was just awful. Like, it looks so cartoony. Just, Fox, your costume designers, give your head a shake if you're listening to this, which I'm sure you're not, but... what do you got for number 2?
Number 2, Amazing Spider-Man 2, Green Goblin, or whatever that goblin was. Dane DeHaan, incredible actor, but so much went wrong in that movie.
My number 1 I have is a little-known movie called Swamp Thing, directed by Wes Craven. Arcane. So, he gets this serum and he turns... I don't know if you guys seen Swamp Thing.
A long time ago.
This is old school, but he gets this serum and he gets turned into like a half wolf, half human. It looks like something from Power Rangers TV show. It is awful. I cannot stress this enough. I mean, if you haven't seen it, go and Google it right now. It is the most horrible costume I've ever seen for any kind. I mean, granted it was the 80s, but still, that's no excuse.
Yeah. I think it's number 1 now, right?
Number 1.
My number 1. So I don't know. I'm going to count this as a villain. X-Men Origins, Deadpool. They sealed off his mouth. I think my jaw was on the ground. It was horrible, and I couldn't believe what they did to Deadpool, So
man. That's
easily my number 1. He's like Baraka from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Claws coming out of his mouth.
Pretty much.
His mouth was sealed. It is a terrible, terrible mix. So.
Yeah. I was like, is that supposed to be Deadpool?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man.
It just makes you like wonder what exactly was going on in the production meeting.
Yeah.
Like again, I would love to be a fly on the wall and just like listen to them talk. Like, this is a great idea.
Yeah, let's have him not talk. The Merc with the mouth, now he talks too much.
Yeah.
Should we go to our best villains now?
Yeah.
All right, keeping it bad. Wayne, what do you got?
I have Dr. Octopus from Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Excellent choice.
I
Excellent
thought
choice.
the combination of CG and practical for the arms was amazing. How the arms had their own personality.
Yeah.
I think that was just great. I never thought they would be able to do that.
Yeah.
Considering how complicated this character is, like just having all the arms do all these different things. That was great.
Oh, yeah.
I thought the actor Alfred Molina is great in the role.
Excellent choice.
Completely embodied who he was, and absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Sam Raimi nailed that film. That to me is still the definitive Spider-Man story.
It's great. I love that one.
It's going to be a hill to climb for Spider-Man Homecoming to even touch that. I mean, that is just pristine. That is like the Godfather of superhero movies to me.
Yeah.
That one.
Spider-Man 2 is excellent. And yeah, you nailed it. I mean, Alfred Molina did an excellent job. Just a fantastic costume with the trench coat. And it just looked like straight out of the comic books.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, love that. For me, I got the Joker, Dark Knight.
Oh, excellent.
When I saw that, I was like, whoa, this is totally the Joker, but totally not.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't wait to see him in action because it's all, just set photos. And then when I saw this guy on the screen and his opening dialogue and everything was just blew me away. I think he had everybody, right, in that movie.
Yeah.
So, the Joker, Heath Ledger, yeah, absolutely.
I still remember sitting in the theaters just like, man, like this is the opening scene. What am I in for?
Right?
And then you're like, oh, this is probably one of the best superhero movies at the time.
Yeah.
Terrible movie, great costume. Jamie Foxx's Electro.
Oh,
not his human persona, but his all blue costume. I thought it was kind of cool, like a cool take on Electro, something different. I really liked it, and for me it worked. It was one of the few things that movie had a lot of faults, but one of the things it didn't fault was the colors of that movie, and he fit perfectly in there, and so hate the movie. Well, I'm not gonna say hate.
Yeah.
The movie didn't hit the mark for me, but there's still some things I can take from it, and Jamie Foxx's Electro was one of them. What do you guys think? Do you agree, or you're like?
No, I when you put it that way, I mean, say what you want about the movie, but his costume looked pretty good. Yeah.
I think it's good. Because the alternative would be a guy with yellow face on his head and a green suit.
I might want to see that.
You can only go up from there.
Yeah.
And I think what they did is great. Jamie Foxx definitely embodied the role. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of CG for that costume.
Oh, for sure.
But it for like a high note for the movie, definitely was the high note.
Yeah. Some of the characterizations that he did was kind of confusing, but the costume and the look worked for me.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna throw it out there. Do you have another one for best villain?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Yeah, it's Two-Face from The Dark Knight.
Oh, nice. That's an excellent choice.
That's solid. Yeah.
When I first time I saw the movie, I was unsure if that was like CG or makeup.
Right.
Yeah.
I was so blown away by how well they did his face.
So was Harvey Dent.
Yeah.
I was so just like, are they really doing this? Like,
yeah.
Is this CG? Because like it looks like part of his face is falling off.
Especially in the hospital.
Yeah.
You really get a good look at the face.
Yeah.
Oof.
And the blood on the pillow, just a small detail.
Yeah.
Like it's so well done.
Yeah.
Like
for me, I'm kind of going opposite. I'm going with Loki from the Avengers.
Oh, good choice.
So Loki's interesting compared to your Electro because Loki stayed so true to the comic books, the costume, which when you think about it, that looks silly. It looks stupid.
Such an outlandish costume.
But the way they pulled it off looks really good. My hat goes off to how they pulled it off. And Tom Hiddleston has the swagger to carry that costume pretty well. Mm-hmm. So, I like that one.
I think one of the things that makes the Loki costume work so well is he wasn't wearing the horns the entire time.
Number 4 I have from the Avengers movie, keeping with that theme, Ultron.
Cool.
I thought he was a little menacing, you know. That's what I wanted in my villain. He was big, he was bigger than all the rest of the cast members. Mm-hmm. I loved the metallic look of him. The voice was cool with James Spader. I have my issues with that movie, but Ultron, how he acted and how he looked wasn't one of them. But I like the look of him, so I have him at number 4.
Cool.
Wayne, you got any other
No, the rest of mine are unrested.
Okay. Troy, do you have any more?
Red Skull. I liked Red Skull from the first Avenger.
Yeah.
Captain America. I think he looked so good. And Hugo Weaving. Agent Smith.
Yeah.
He's great. I wish he'd come back. But I really like that costume. They pull it off. It looks a lot better than like the 80s Captain America.
Anything does. Right? It's like they literally just dumped red paint on some bald guy's head.
Yeah. So that's mine right there.
I have number 3. I have Bane from The Dark Knight Rises with his mask and the coat, and the vest. Yeah. It was simple. It was it wasn't overly complex, and it was something that was believable.
Yeah.
That's the thing. The Nolan films are grounded in reality, and that's what they gave us with Bane. So that's why I have it number 3.
Nice. I like his costume. I'm kind of disappointed they didn't do the whole him having the venom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a miss.
But because Nolan wanted to ground it in reality, I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll give you that.
Yeah.
You could have made it like some super fast acting steroid or something.
Yeah. Made it less believable.
Yeah. The ship was a little weird.
Yeah.
For mine, I have Zod. For the Man of Steel.
Oh, good choice.
I love Zod in that. Yeah, he was. That movie's still, I think, very underrated. It's such
I agree.
a good movie. It's
such a good movie.
Best DC movie they've had so far going to this universe, in my opinion. I love Man of Steel, and Zod's just great acting wise, and the costume. I love it.
Sticking with DC, I have Catwoman from Batman Returns.
Good choice, Michelle Pfeiffer.
I put her as a hero, but I saw her on my list.
That's a really good choice.
Yeah, definitely. She straddles that line where she could be hero or villain. So.
Yeah, I definitely like the way that they present her making the suit, as opposed to just I have this suit. Like, what? Like, where did this? Like, I understand Batman, if he's been crime fighting for a while, he'll have multiple suits, but she
Makes sense.
literally, you see her stitch it up.
Yeah.
And I think like that being so far from the comic at the time, was great because it still paid homage to the original character.
Yeah.
But evolved it in a natural way, as opposed to how Troy and you mentioned that the Doctor Doom suit is evolving in the wrong direction.
yes.
And I think again, Michelle Pfeiffer absolutely murdered the role. She's going to be the best Catwoman for for a very long time.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to top that.
Yeah, exactly.
So Troy, moment of suspense. What's your number one?
I kind of had to cop out here. I got two. I'm tied between two.
Okay.
Okay, the Penguin from Batman Returns.
Oh yes,
I think it's
yes.
underrated. He looks Danny DeVito in that costume is like wow. I remember watching on the big screen up close him eating the fish. I was just terrified.
Disgusting.
Yeah, and
he actually did. He actually ate a shit. He actually ate a
Really?
fish.
Really?
Yeah.
Ew.
He just
smokes.
ate it for one take.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like this.
Did he become an Inhuman after?
Yeah.
Wow. And I have it tied with the Joker, Jack Nicholson's Joker.
Oh yeah.
I think that costume from back then, like that just said the Joker.
Yeah.
Nothing
Yeah.
more. You're
Oh,
just
yeah.
like, boom, that's the Joker.
Comic accurate to a T.
Oh, and I think it raised he's a huge villain as it was, but I think that just raised him that much more to a mass's acceptance, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And my number one is also a Joker, but we already mentioned a Joker from The Dark Knight.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Such a great costume.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's start with their 5 worst heroes.
Okay, I should go first because this is pretty bad. What can I say? Worst costume by far, Batman's costume in Batman and Robin. With
Yes,
nipples.
yeah, I
that's
agree.
all over our list.
Yeah.
That's why.
It doesn't make any sense.
Why?
Why would Batman be like, oh, hey, I'm gonna, make this bulletproof soup. I'm gonna throw in some nipples on there.
And it comes with a bat card, I guess.
Oh yeah.
That's weird.
Expiry, Batman Forever.
Like I don't know whose idea it was. Again, one of those things where I like to be on the wall. Like, let's put nipples on the suits.
Yeah.
Like, no, maybe we shouldn't. Who cares?
Yeah.
Are you sure we're gonna be able to get the PG-13 rating with nipples on the suits?
I think I watched the director's commentary to the movies, and he said the reason why he did it was to mimic the Greek gods.
Okay.
So, like, the statues of the Greek gods. So that's why they have, like, the fake abs and, like, the butt and stuff, like, and the cod pieces. So, it's a head scratch. You don't think anyone would have been like, Joel, maybe you could do that, but don't include the nipples.
Exactly.
Yeah. One of the things that didn't need to happen.
No. Definitely not.
But it's there, and I had the action figures, so...
Did it have the nipples in the action figure?
I can't even remember.
I can't remember, actually.
That's a good
Maybe
question.
not because it's a toy, so maybe they took it off, but I can't remember.
I remember
The
that...
Hot Toys one must.
Yeah, for sure. Do you think there are Hot Toys that exist of Batman and Robin?
There is the one all the way up to Returns. I know recently they did 89 and they did the Returns, but I don't think they made it to the Schumacher.
Let's hope they don't.
Yeah.
Let's hope so.
Jim Carrey Riddler. Actually, that might not be too bad. Of all of them, that'd probably be the best one to get.
Yeah.
So I have number 5. Great movie, but Captain America in the Avengers.
That's mine too.
Yeah, it just looks so hokey.
Power Ranger, like.
Yeah, it was such a great film, and you have all these great costumes like Loki, you have Thor, you have Iron Man, Hulk, and then you throw in this cap, and you're just like, what?
Yeah.
Did you steal somebody's Halloween costume?
Yeah.
It was bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Thankfully, they upgraded it for his other solo films, but that one, miss.
Yeah, big time. Me, Green Lantern, complete CGI costume. Yeah, wasn't doing it. Sorry, Ryan, you're on my list twice, I think, now.
That's on my list as well.
Yeah.
Just don't make it green or animated. Love that line from Deadpool.
I never actually finished watching Green Lantern. I got it on DVD, like some bargain thing from HMV a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is trash.
It's bad.
It's
Just skip to the after credit scene when Sinestro pops up and then hope for a sequel. Or don't.
Yeah.
They're going to reboot the Green Lantern
Yeah.
thing.
They need
so
to.
I'm like, good.
Yeah, no point in continuing that Green Lantern any further.
No, definitely not.
All right, who else you got there, Wayne?
Have Wonder Woman from the TV show, from the TV pilot.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, for all you listeners out there, go Google. You can find it on YouTube. Her costume looks like a Halloween costume from Walmart.
It's like all plasticky.
No. So you know the Wonder Woman costume is basically a skirt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like certain versions she didn't have the skirt.
Yeah.
But this, they decided against the skirt and just gave her blue leggings with like stars down the sides.
Oh, man.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Like, and her wristbands look like cheap plastic. They didn't like try like the fake metal look. They just look like cheap plastic.
Oh, no.
And she has a lasso, and like it's just bad. It's like I put it up there with like, this might have been passable in like the 60s Batman show.
Wow.
Whoa.
It's bad. Like
That's
it's
66,
bad.
eh?
That's
It,
bad.
like I'm not joking. It looks like a costume that you'd buy from Walmart for Halloween.
Oh, that's disappointing. Like, that show could have had potential, but, be careful what you wish for. Glad it didn't work out.
Exactly.
I'm so happy it didn't work out.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for the people who put all their time and money into it, but if it worked out maybe Gal wouldn't have been Wonder Woman, and
Yeah.
she was fantastic.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's just, I just shake my head and like, I'm glad that show never came out.
Yeah. Troy, what do you got?
Spider-Man, my boy Spider-Man in the black costume, and you and I talked about this
Yeah,
before. You're
I was a big
"What?"
fan. Yeah.
Yeah, because the Spider-Man costume, the black suit is so iconic. It's
Yeah.
probably the best second superhero costume to go to.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
It's
So
the
out
best hero change.
Yeah, how any hero that switched up their costume, it's always been the black suit. And every 5 years, he gets back in there somehow.
Yeah.
And that costume's awesome. So I'm like,
Yeah.
when they had an opportunity to put that on the big screen and they refused to just be like, nope, Filter shop or Photoshop and just make it black.
Yeah.
Keep the exact same suit, but just make it black. I was like, no, you guys are missing something. You're missing something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the way they handled that costume and then Fox Kids cartoon was just brilliant.
Oh,
Oh,
absolutely.
loved
It's probably one of
yeah.
the best renditions we've ever seen of the
Yeah.
black
Yeah.
costume, you know, and he was angry in the bell tower scene, and anyways, so that's my strike right there.
Yeah. All right, I have number 4. Sorry, Ben. Daredevil, the red shiny pleather
Yeah.
costume.
Yeah.
Like the Arrow season 1, but in red.
Yeah. And that's a TV show on the CW.
Exactly right.
This was a big Fox blockbuster movie,
Yeah.
and it was bad. Like, it just looked bad.
Yeah.
You know, and even Bullseye, that was a bad costume.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a bad movie.
Yeah.
But luckily we got the great Netflix TV show, so all worked out. All right, what do you got, Wade?
Elektra. From the,
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, not from the Netflix show, but from her standalone movie, and I guess / the Daredevil movie.
Yeah.
Didn't she die in Daredevil? How did they have her come back?
I don't.
But she does it in the comics too. She dies in the comics. They bring her back. They're gonna bring her back in season 3, I'm sure. as
Whoa,
well.
spoiler alert, I haven't seen season 1 of Daredevil.
Hey, well, I'm gonna get on that. And but the whole this costume, I get what they're trying to do, but they just do a disservice to the character. Because
Yeah.
like that's the first representation of Elektra on the screen, and they can't even get the costume right.
Yeah.
It just makes me sad because I like Elektra. I think she's a very complicated character.
Yeah.
Like she's Daredevil's side, and then she's his enemy.
She's an assassin.
Exactly.
Puts the hand, yeah.
Exactly. And I think, like, again, why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have taken that much to give her a more close suit. But I think at that time, you got to remember that Fox was on that whole X-Men in leather thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, let's put all our heroes in leather. It's like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
it doesn't really work.
No.
Doesn't really work. No, not at all.
No.
You guys familiar with Smallville?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody save
That was
me.
an awesome theme song. Loved it.
Yo, I love Tom
that
Welling.
one.
He's my boy.
Oh yeah. So they did their own little Justice League. You guys so that could be my whole list right there. But I'll just
Blue
choose
Beetle
one.
when he's like in this bulky costume.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
horrible. So it's a toss up between Dr. Fate
Yeah.
and Hawkman. Hawkman's the one
Oh.
I'm born with. Hawkman, it looked like the comic, but it really had no business on live screen.
It looks so bad.
It looked really bad.
Yeah.
It's
Or how
horrible.
about Aquaman in like orange pants?
Yeah.
Oh.
That probably started the trend of everyone like hating on Aquaman.
Yeah.
Just watching that, right?
It's probably that's what caused everyone to hate on
It wasn't
Aquaman.
Entourage, it was that show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's just I can't even. I mean, I think the Green Arrow costume is just a little worse than everything else.
Yeah.
Comparing it to what we have now.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just like this bright green thing. And
Yeah.
it's like
I know.
Such a miss. Like,
And they adapted that one into making it into the New 52 because, like, if you look at the figure,
Yes, that's right.
It's pretty much identical
Yeah.
to the Smallville one.
yeah, because that came out before the Arrow TV show.
Exactly.
Yeah, and so they did make it very similar because he used to have like the goatee or the pirate beard or
Yeah,
whatever.
the Robin Hood.
Yeah, such a cool classic look, and then they changed it up for the New 52.
Yeah.
But I think they've gone back to it in Rebirth, so...
Yeah, it looks good
Yeah,
in Rebirth.
it looks
Yeah,
good, looks
definitely.
good.
Rebirth can do no wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Number 3, I have Hulk from Ang Lee's Hulk. Just the really bad CGI, and the color of green looked like bright green, like he looked kind of like snot, and
Yeah. You didn't like the Hulk dogs?
he fights poodles in the movie. Just such a
And tornadoes.
Yeah.
More on the weather report by Hulk.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
Taking
man.
out tornadoes.
Yeah. Oh man, like I was so jacked for that movie because this was before we had Iron Man, and this was kind of the first big non-Batman or Superman superhero movie.
Right.
I mean, Blade had come out, but it was kind of like, I guess like X-Men and Spider-Man, but like this was different. Like this was like this big event, and people were hyping it like crazy.
Yeah.
And then to see him look on screen, he looked like the Jolly Green Giant, or like he's gonna sell me some peas or corn or what. Like, oh, it was bad.
Yeah.
The CGI was bad, and it could have been so much better, and it did get better in the Avengers movie. The Hulk is one of the best costumes in that film.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Completely agree.
Trey, what do you got?
Colossus in X3. Yeah, it's funny because he looks so good in Deadpool, but
Yeah.
he looked so bad in X3. I think it was X3. When you
Yeah.
see him. Yeah, not a fan of that one, Colossus.
Oh, that was awful.
So bad.
I have the Thing from both Fantastic Four movies. So the first one, he looks so bad, like it was just he's wearing styrofoam. And the second one looked pretty cool, but then he's not wearing any pants. Doesn't make any sense. He's not wearing any pants. He doesn't have any private parts. Like, it doesn't make any sense from an anatomy point of view. If he's not going to wear pants, you could at least do the Dr. Manhattan, where you actually show it. But, like, he showed nothing.
Yeah.
How does he pee? Doesn't make any sense. As a biological, he's still a biological being. He still has to urinate.
Because he has a case of kidney stones.
Yeah. Oh. He's here all night, folks.
Yeah. One time only.
Yeah, that was just the Thing. Hopefully if they reboot it, they do it better, or at least throw in some pants. Like, Mr. Fantastic can come up with stretchy clothes. Why can't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know why it bothered me so much, but it just didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
What's your number one, quickly here?
My number one, I don't know if I even have a number. I think I've gone through all my top bad.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll go with mine. Awesome NBA player, terrible actor.
Oh, I know where you're going.
Steel.
Yeah.
Oh,
Brutal.
it looked like worse than a cosplay. It had nothing to do with the character from the Death of Superman arc. He's a 7-foot tall guy. Like, you could have made some super imposing figure with his awesome costume. Just a big fail.
Yeah, that's horrible, that one.
That's the only way to describe that movie. Yeah. And it has my bud Jed Nelson from Breakfast Club in it, but I still hate it.
Yeah, that I don't know. I'm glad they didn't make a sequel.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Steel 2? They make a Steel sequel, but they don't make like any other sequels for DC heroes. All right, let's get back in the positives here. Top 5 best hero costumes.
Right. For my number 5, I have Daredevil season 1, the original black.
Yes.
yeah.
Good pull. Yeah.
Because I love that because I read the Frank Miller comics, and that just hits it properly.
Right, with the John Romano Jr.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
And he's just
man.
like there, and he just basically ties a shirt around top of his head.
Yeah.
Has the sneakers on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I like how they give him gloves and like some more protective gear in
Yeah.
the show, but it's still that organic way. Like if you were gonna fight crime,
Yeah.
you're not gonna automatically open your closet and have all the great clothes figured out.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, like going back to the whole Catwoman thing for Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah.
Again, you basically see, Matt Murdock in basic clothes.
Yeah.
Everything you can buy at a store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing fancy, nothing over the top, nothing made out of leather or pleather.
Yeah.
It's like regular clothes. So him going through and fighting crime in regular clothes
Yeah.
Yeah.
is awesome. And then finally, spoiler, at the end of Daredevil season 1, he gets his red costume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think like that scene in the hallway when he fights those guys and you see like he's just wearing that suit and fighting in it and it's just like this is what he has. He wants to do this job. I love it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's just amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic costume. I've actually seen like when he's wearing it, so yeah, I agree. It's a great costume. Troy, what do you got?
I have Iron Man. Iron Man's it's incredible.
Yeah.
Name anyone, right?
Yeah.
They're all great.
They're
Yeah.
all great. I got something similar, but I went with War Machine. I just love the gun on the back of his shoulder.
Yeah, that's nice.
I mean, I could have went with Iron Man. I was debating the two, but I've always been more of a fan of War Machine for whatever
Nice.
reason. I like the gun, the big firing gun. So I really dug it. Not a big fan of the Iron Patriot costume that they went with in Iron Man
No,
3.
I don't like that at all.
I'm glad they went back to War Machine. Hopefully he can come back in the other one, and he's not paralyzed for the rest of the movies.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Exactly.
Jeez.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
One aside to the whole Iron Man War Machine. Watching behind the scenes of when they made those movies, you realize that the suit is half CG, half prosthetic.
Right.
Oh wow.
Crazy, eh?
Yeah.
Sorry, I just like hijacked her.
No, not at all. So what else do you got there?
I have Elektra from Daredevil season 2.
Oh, wow.
I have
cool.
not seen that costume yet, but
It's very, for the character that they present,
yeah.
for the first time they present her and the story that they give her, the clothing that she's wearing is actually kind of awesome. It's very simple. It's, not unlike season 1 Daredevil when he's wearing the black
Right.
costume, but it's very, very reminiscent of more of the comic book style. She's an assassin. She's doing these things, so she's not trying to draw attention to herself. She's not wearing
Right.
bright red.
Yeah.
Oh, there she is. Like, no,
Yeah.
it's going to be, she's sleeping around at night, you know.
Yeah.
You definitely need to watch season 2.
Yeah.
Their scenes together, like they're fighting and the romance are just amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, the actress, Melody something, I forget her last name. She's an awesome job, and she embodies the character completely, and her costume is just on point. It's very subtle, subdued, not over the top, but very well done.
Yeah.
All right, Troy, what do you got?
I have Amazing Spider-Man 2. I
Yeah.
really like that Spider-Man costume. It's
Great costume.
I mentioned before, it's like a Mark Bagley Ultimate Spider-Man look. It's great. I have no complaints. That's the best thing in that movie by far.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, and they nailed the eyes. The eyes were fine, like the big,
Yeah.
cool eyes, right? So
How do you find it compared to? I think I might have asked you this, but compared to the new one.
yeah, it's a toss up between the two. I love
Yeah.
the new one still so much because it has the real Steve Ditko kind of look, and it's a little more modern looking, and I love them both.
Yeah. You know, it's a shame because I thought Andrew Garfield did a good job, and I really liked the costume. So I would have liked to see that universe continue, but you know, I'm excited for Homecoming. So
I'm right with you. I loved Andrew Garfield
yeah.
and that franchise.
Awesome. So I have a newer one. Just came out today on DVD and Blu-ray and Steelbook. So get your copies now before it runs out. I have Gal Gadot Wonder Woman.
Nice.
Just pull with the it's classic Wonder Woman, and that's the example when you said the terrible TV show one, and this is just like a complete 180 opposite. Like it feels like Wonder Woman. I mean, I just started reading her comics from the New 52 relaunch back in like 2011, and she looks the part. The gauntlets are awesome. The costume is awesome. I'm glad they went with the traditional skirt and the top instead of like the pants or something like that, or and then like the sword, the shield, the lasso. I mean, I got to see a movie where Wonder Woman uses her golden lasso to hold down Doomsday.
That's awesome.
I never thought I'd say that line in my life.
and that smile that she gives when she's fighting did so much for me, because I'm just like, this is, especially being like a Dragon Ball fan, when those guys crack a smile in a fight, you're like, oh shit. So I just love that.
Yeah,
it's a great costume.
Definitely see the difference between the TV and a movie budget.
Yeah, night and day.
Yeah. You got any more?
My number one, Hellboy.
Oh, that's a good one.
I didn't even think of that one. Yeah,
I love the Hellboy movies.
Perfect costume.
Yeah,
because I read the Hellboy comic. I was a big fan of it back in the day, and the fact that they got Ron Perlman to play him just suits the character completely.
100%.
I couldn't think of anybody else playing.
Yeah.
No.
Hellboy.
No.
And like for both of the movies, he just carries it. The costume, the big hand, the gun, the horn. You're just like, why isn't there a third one?
Right?
Oh, there has to be a
Del
trilogy.
Toro, his budget, the budget that he wants to make Part 3 is just way too high, and the studio's not willing to put that money behind it. That's what it comes down to.
They need to, though.
It's and I think prior to our Marvel Renaissance or DC Renaissance of having all this media out there with all these, I think Hellboy, for what it was at the time, was probably the truest version of the character transported onto the screen.
Yeah.
Because I was like, there's everything.
Yeah.
There's everything that you would want from a comic book. I mean, obviously, they can't do the entire run in a movie, but for the two movies that you got the Hellboy character, his universe he lives in, everything that you love about the character. The fact that he eats cats. That's a thing. So I was like, oh, they're going to do it? Like, they didn't show him eating a cat, but they had the cats around there. And I'm like, and just how he went about doing it. And a lot of his costume, majority of it is all prosthetics.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So you see him without his shirt on. That's like a suit he's wearing.
That's so cool.
So it's definitely my number one, simply because I love the character.
Yeah.
And then they did him so much justice when they brought him to the screen.
Absolutely.
You could tell that everybody who worked on the production loved what they were working for, and it comes through. And Ron Perlman as Hellboy just nails it out of the park.
100% agree. Would you say it's the best superhero movie, not Marvel or DC? Like the two movies?
Yeah.
It's up there.
Yeah.
Can't think of anything else.
There's probably some obscure stuff, but for that got a mainstream wide release.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Definitely check it out if you guys haven't seen. You can find it on Blu-ray, DVD,
fantastic,
on Amazon for cheap. Definitely worth your time.
Check it out. Awesome. Good choice. Troy, what do you got?
Ben Affleck's Batman. That costume is Frank Miller come to life.
I love it.
It's so good from the, just the Dark Knight right there. Love the costume. I love the big bat that he has. And I love, this is the first time ever we've gotten Batman with ears that are not like ginormous.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of like the huge ears. The ear size on there is perfect.
Yeah.
And everything. Love it.
It looks a lot like the animated series. You got the action figure over there, and I just saw it.
You're right.
And it looks pretty much the same. Like the bat is definitely the Frank Miller bat, but it's kind of a combination of the two.
Yes, yeah, good call. Now that you bring that up, I noticed that.
Yeah. So for my third one, I had Spider-Man as well, but Troy already mentioned it, so I'm going to throw out a different one for you for my third slot. The Crow.
Oh, wow, that's
Brandon
good.
Lee's The Crow.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about Hellboy, and it made me think of these other superhero movies that aren't Marvel and DC, and I had to give a shout out. Probably one of the most tragic events in a movie set was his death at the filming that movie. But, I mean, the final product is still one of the best superhero movies, I think, ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Black Widow's costume from Winter Soldier.
Oh, yeah, that's a good pull.
Yeah, it looks really good. It's spot on. I really like what they did with that costume there. So, and she kills it in that movie.
Oh yeah, what's the difference between that one and her like other ones? I can't remember.
Well, I guess like if you look at like Iron Man 2, her hair length's just kind of different. It's the Iron Man 2 one's actually pretty spot on, but the Winter Soldier one I feel is just perfect. Very well executed.
Oh yeah, ScarJo definitely embodies that role.
Yeah,
she is Black Widow for me.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
She's one of those characters now that if she's in another movie, I always just think, oh, it's Black Widow. Mm-hmm. She's just that iconic with that role. So my number 2, I have going back to BVS, Batman, but not the regular costume, the metal costume for the fight with Superman.
Nice, like the iron one.
Yeah, the Iron Batman.
Yeah.
Where then he gets ripped off, half of it's like ripped off, and he's still battling. Love that costume.
That. And again, right out of Frank Miller, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a nice looking costume.
Whoever was the costume designer in Batman vs Superman needs a raise, or needs to be like involved in all the DC movies.
Yeah. Yeah, no, good call.
Are you sure you want to say that? We got that Flash costume. It looks like it's got like 100 different pieces.
I'm still waiting to see how that plays out on the big screen, because I think it might look cooler. I think what they're going for is the Injustice, the game with like the different, and maybe it'll come out cool. I mean, I liked Aquaman's look. Cyborg looked cool from what I saw. So
that one's pretty cool.
Awesome. So what do you got for number 1, Troy?
Yeah, Captain America: Age of Ultron.
Nice.
Now this one's pretty much like the one from Civil War, except this one's I like it more because it's a little more blue, like it's like a lighter blue, and it has the white. A little bit more white, whereas I feel the Civil War is just too much blue. So this one feels a little more like the Marvel Now Captain America costume, which I'm a big fan of. It's my favorite Captain America costume. So yeah, boom, I'm going with Age of Ultron.
Love it. A little bit of redemption from him going from your worst to your best.
Yeah, he stepped it up. You got a good tailor through
it. What do you think, Wade?
I think it's a great costume.
Yeah.
I think, with Captain America, they can't do the whole it look like fish scales from the comic book.
No.
It would be interesting to see them try to do it just as a concept.
Right.
Yeah.
But in practicality, you can't.
No.
It's we're talking a guy has to wear this for 2.5 hours.
Poor Chris Evans.
Exactly. And I think that costume's definitely good. Totally does justice to the character.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting, and as a side, it's going to be interesting to see what they do if he gets his shield back.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm hoping he goes for the digital.
Yeah.
Like the cartoon.
Yeah, the cartoon, and they did it in the comics for a bit too when he was took on the Nick Fury kind of role.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Yeah. So we'll see.
I like the first Captain America when he's still in World War II, and he's got the not the circular shield, but it's kind of like oblong. Or
Oh, like his original classic one.
Yeah,
Comics,
yeah, and he doesn't have the mask yet. He's just wearing like the bomber helmet and stuff.
Yeah, that one was really cool. That's kind of out of like the Ultimate Comics books
Yeah,
a little bit.
yeah.
That look, the early version of him. But yeah, it's like a crest. the
Yeah,
shield that he
yeah.
has, right?
Exactly.
That's really
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, speaking of shields,
Yeah.
one last thing. In Agents of Shields,
Yeah.
the guy, Director Coulson, he actually has a robotic arm, and there's a building exploding above him, and he actually has the shield come out.
Oh, really?
Protect them.
Oh, awesome! I didn't even know that.
There's like a little thing, and he's like, and then he has this one line, some goes along the lines, I'm butchering it by the way. It's like, why shouldn't the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. have a shield?
Oh.
And so he opens it up, it's got the S.H.I.E.L.D. logo on it.
Yeah.
and
That's
then
cool.
They clear the rubble off, and then it goes back into his hand.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So they're probably going to bring it in then for the next Cap
I
movie.
hope
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
So before we end here, my number one, I have the original Christopher Reeve Superman.
Oh, that's a classic.
Pretty comic accurate with the red trunks. I was debating between Man of Steel, but I still am more of a fan of the trunks. And for coming out in the 70s, we talk about like some bad costumes in the 80s. This one looks spot on.
Yeah.
The Christopher Reeves, he looks like Superman. He
Really does.
acts like Superman. We were talking about Scarlett Johansson. Every time she was in another role, you think of Black Widow. Every time Christopher Reeves was seen, you just got Superman. Just the way he acted and then the class of the guy. He just embodied everything about Superman. So for me, number one, the Superman movie, not so much Superman 4 Quest for Peace, but I guess, I could have included Atom Man in worse costumes, but I thought to spare that movie from the budget issues. So, Superman, he's my man.
Nice.
So I give him number one.
Good job. Yeah, that's a good list, guys.
Yeah, good list, guys. So this wraps up this episode. Wayne, thank you very much for coming on. It was a pleasure. I had a lot of fun with you.
Thank you very much for having me, guys. It's definitely interesting to be on the other end.
Yeah. For everybody out there, where can everyone find you on social media?
At Audio Rebellion on Twitter. I post like comic stuff some of the time. But yeah, I've been a fan of comics and media for a very long time. I don't think I'll ever stop.
Oh, no.
No.
It's a lifelong obsession.
It really is.
Yeah.
You try to stop, but you're like, oh, that looks interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that a number one?
Yeah. Number one, Cap. It's going to be worth millions.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll just wait for the trade paperback.
Yeah.
Read it, take my time with it.
So, Wayne, thank you very much again. And, we'd love to have you back
Yeah.
whenever you're free or whenever one of us leave.
We'll do one big assemble where we have like Baron and Elliot and Wayne and Tim, obviously the whole crew.
Yeah, the
See
Nerd
how-
Room Assemble.
yeah,
Maybe
Nerd Room
for, what's it, Infinity Wars? Or
Right.
The next, maybe Justice League next year,
Yeah.
We'd love to have all these people on, and it'd be a lot of fun. So, thanks again. And for everyone here at the Nerd Room, I'm Sunjay.
I'm Troy.
I'm Wayne.
This has been the Nerd Room.
We are out.
Don't forget to subscribe and rate and review us on iTunes. You can find our hosts Tim, Sunjay, and Troy on Twitter at TheNerdRM1912Podcasting and Troy, TheBoy87.